take some 10-15 minutes to describe this VTT program, Productivity Leap with Internet of Things. For this audience, this presenting IoT is perhaps not needed, but this is a kind of a very simple and crystallized presentation how we see IoT. So it means that all objects have unique digital identity, which makes it possible to follow a component or object throughout its life cycle from manufacturing, use to recycling. Then secondly, smart things have connectivity. Let's take a car as an example. Cars got electronic controls some 30 years ago, computers 15 or 20 years ago, and now they are getting connectivity as major manufacturers are including some kind of cellular or other IoT type of connectivity to cars so that they can discuss with the other vehicles, road infrastructure, navigation systems, smart city systems, and so on. Together, this all means that we will have an on-time information of the real world. So we have a kind of digital image of the real world, and that makes it possible to kind of control or monitor, control, and follow up what's happening in the real world with digital means. Here's some statements by industrial leaders. There is a lot of talk about very big business potential, expected volumes, and so on, but there's also talk about how the business models are changing, this kind of creative destruction. And of course, we can think that some of this stuff is kind of hype, but the important thing is that the major companies are kind of committed to industrial Internet of Things, machine to machine, and smart spaces, whatever you like to call this thing. On the right side, we have some graphs where the upper one shows that the growth is expected to be 40% cumulative for coming years. And also it shows that the most important business areas are building automation or facility automation, then the core ICT itself, then networks and so on, then industry, meaning manufacturing and other this kind of industry, and then we have security business, transport, energy, retail, and finally on this list, health and wellness topics. The lower graph shows that this kind of machine-to-machine communications, the number of SIM cards in machine-to-machine applications is increasing clearly, and it's overtaking the more traditional mobile phone and laptop SIM cards in few years. Some operators like KDDI already now have more machine-to-machine connections than this kind of people connections. Now coming to our topic or the motivation for this VTT program, why we are looking at IoT from the productivity perspective. I think that we all can agree that Finland and Europe need industry and industrial jobs. The economic news during a couple of or 3 or 4 last years have not been very ensuring or very bright, and the situation concerning the competitiveness and creation of new industry, new jobs in Europe and in Finland is very worrisome. And as the VTT's mission is to help industry with these goals, that is competitiveness and creating new jobs, we have come to conclusion that IoT technologies are one way of increasing productivity, increasing competitiveness, and creating new companies, or helping creating new companies. Of course, VTT or any other this kind of research institution cannot by itself do anything for the creation of jobs, but it can be a kind of catalyst and helper of industry, both existing and new companies, and that's where we are aiming. When then thinking how to implement this kind of high-level idea, we have to identify what kind of industries are those who would benefit from our work, and where our own strengths are, because the Internet of Things by definition has multitude of applications, and we should focus on a couple of them to get some impact, real impact, not to spread our effort too thinly. And in that, analyzing that, we found kind of two areas. One is, let's say, existing industry. That is where we want to strengthen the competitiveness of that industry. And other one is a new industry, industrial section in kind of change or being born, actually, this smart lighting. So global asset management relates to the machinery industry, which is traditionally quite strong in Finland. And we want to help that industry to transform, to get more competitive. And the other one is smart lighting, where new industry is being created, and a lot of small and medium-sized growth companies are there. And why are these areas so important? Well, machinery and metal industries represent 1/3 of the Finnish exports and 16% of industrial jobs. And this kind of global asset management is a trend. It has been there for some time. Some companies already are in this business, but many of the companies in this business area try to change their business model from one-time sales of machinery or spare parts into more this kind of offering a service to their customers. Smart lighting, on the other hand, is a new area. Lighting has been a very traditional area, but now there is a change due to the LED technology and digitalization of lighting. And many experts see that IoT will come into the buildings and infrastructure on the kind of piggybacking this LED and smart lighting technology. It's not yet a very big business. It's 1 billion euro, this smart lighting control systems, but it will grow fast to $8 billion or euro revenue during this decade, and therefore it's an area where lots of things are happening, and there's opportunity for new companies. And of course, on the basis of this, in Finland is this strong ICT community, which is looking for new business, new opportunities. And we are strong in communications, information technology, cybersecurity, and microelectronics. Okay, here's about way of operation in this VTT program. So it consists of project portfolio with joint projects like TEKES projects, Artemis projects, EU projects, TIVIT projects, contract projects for companies, and then some VTT-funded mini projects. And the goals, as said, are to improve competitiveness and create new industry in Finland and Europe, of course, with global cooperation. The program will last for 4 years, and the volume this year is 13 million euros, but we hope to increase it closer to 20 million during the other consecutive years. The topics are global asset management, which focuses especially on condition-based maintenance and smart lighting. And I think that gives a kind of overview of the program. And then we have two more presentations about these specific topics, global asset management and smart lighting.